Hi everyone, I'm Luca from the Center for Digital Music at Queen Mary University of London. In this paper we outline a method to automatically analyze how music in television advertising aimed at children is deliberately used to reinforce traditional gender roles. Such approach has significant implications for advertisers, policymakers, and broadcasters, who recently faced a public backlash against the gendered marketing of toys and other products. In this presentation, I'm first going to introduce you to the concept of gender-based market segmentation of toys commercials. Then I'm going to swiftly go over data collection, model fitting, and evaluation. Then we'll see the results from the SAGE and SHEP analysis. And finally, I'll summarize the main takeaways. So why did we choose toys commercials in particular? Over 40 years of research have highlighted stark differences in toy television ads emerging as a result of gender-based market segmentation in the choice of music, sound effects, voice timbres, language, color coding, montage, setting, cast, and acting roles. Basically, every semiotic mode is gender polarized. The gender target of the commercials is thus factual, and given that music is secondary to the video, the gendering of the music is also factual by design. Gender coding in music is quite self-explanatory, so easy that even a child would understand it. Let's listen to a few examples. For our data collection, we first scraped toy ads from the YouTube channel of a major UK toy retailer, then pre-selected and pre-tagged around 1,800 videos, and then randomly sampled 202 videos from each tagged category, namely masculine, feminine, and mixed commercials, so to enforce some balance across gender targets. We then proceeded to manually code each commercial in terms of the gender of the majority of actors and presenters, and obtain a high intercoder reliability score of 0.91. We first extracted features with the MIR toolbox, kept only the mean values, and discarded the MFCC deltas and deltas. To avoid MMCC-related features to take over the feature space. Then we fitted a series of XGBoost models, first by reducing the feature set via recursive feature elimination. Then we ran an Optuna study for each model with 2,000 trials. The models were finally evaluated with leave one out cross-validation, and the boys versus girls model obtained an F1 score of 0.91 with 32 features. The girls versus mixed audience model got a 0.75 F1 score with the same features, and finally the boys versus mixed model had the lowest performance with an F1 of 0.73 and with the biggest size of the set of the features. In terms of interpretability analysis, the presence of multiple MFCC bands in the top 10 features across all tasks suggests that timbre dimensions have a prominent role in gender coding. As you can see here, the two leftmost models, namely boys versus girls and girls versus mixed, share a set of 7 top features. Whereas the rightmost model, the boys only versus mixed, the rightmost model relies on a substantially different set of features to differentiate between boys only and mixed audience commercials, which suggests that mixed audience ads have more in common, sound-wise, musically-wise. They have more in common with boys only commercials than with girls only commercials. And this is also quite interesting because it points towards a masculinization of media targeted at girls, which has already been observed in the literature. Moving on to the shape analysis, we decided to keep the sage order and disregard the MFCC features as they do not offer much interpretive value to the discussion. I am not going to go over each feature in these figures one by one, but the spectral irregularity needs to be discussed because it was developed to be applied on isolated pseudo-harmonic sounds, whereas we saw that when applied on the soundtracks of commercials, it effectively works these features as a proxy for harmonicity. Regarding the rest of the features, we can see how commercials aimed at girls have greater harmony and rhythmic consistency, along with the broadest and smoothest spectrum. In contrast, boys-only ads are characterized by higher loudness, spectral entropy, and roughness. Mixed audience commercial interestingly showed similar rhythmic regularity to girls-only ads, yet in terms of harmonicity and roughness they showed in-between values. Notably, spectral smoothness was significantly less pronounced than that observed in girls-only commercials. A potential limitation of this study is that certain descriptors like zero crossing rate and spectral spread, which are primarily designed for isolated monophonic sounds, might be less reliable in polyphonic settings where multiple sources overlap. In addition, by aggregating time series features into average values for each commercial, our method overlooks potentially relevant differences in temporal variation of the audio signal. This research contributes to a deeper, unmediated understanding of how sound and music can be used to reflect gender bias. But having collected commercial intended only for the UK, we cannot claim any cross-cultural generalizability of the results. Finally, for the main takeaways, we have that gender music styles in toy commercials emerge as a result of deliberate marketing strategies because these styles reflect gender stereotypes that have been described as ludicrously old-fashioned and offensively out of touch. The results also highlight the importance of music informing societal norms and call for increased responsibility in music's application in marketing. And finally, a careful understanding of the nature and intended use of features in explainable AI is fundamental, especially when features are applied to contexts different from those they were originally designed for, as we saw especially for spectral irregularity. Thank you very much for your interest, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at the poster session.